How can you tell if your partner is dead?
Well, are they moving, breathing, speaking? Are they nagging you and berating you for all your behaviour?
These are the
Are they
things.
finding fault, Sam?
OK, it's to do with tossing.
You toss them?
You do. You absolutely do. It is the practice of people throwing or tossing people on blankets. So, this guy in the middle is called Johann Unser. He was a German doctor, and he, in the 18th century, was visiting Corsica. And he wrote down about this. When a married man died, it was common for villagers to toss the corpse on a blanket for hours on end, which occasionally had the effect of bringing him back to life. If he didn't come back to life, then the local women would gather and they would beat his widow as a punishment for letting him die. If it turned out he wasn't dead, then I imagine she dealt with him. It's not uncommon. It's not just in Corsica. So you get it in Spain. It's called pelele and prellen in Germany. It's a bit like giving somebody the bumps on their birthday. And it was a common thing to toss people up and down in that way.
Is there any, like, medical basis for that to work, like jolting the heart?
Well, it could be, but I mean, it has a kind of a superstitious background to it, so the idea of tossing things in the air to ward off evil spirits. And it probably comes from winnowing, so you know about separating the wheat from the chaff. So the simplest way is to toss it in the air because the chaff is lighter than the wheat and the wind will blow it away. And so there's a sort of symbolic thing of doing that with human beings.
He's dead. He's alive. He's alive. Oh, he's dead again. His neck's broken. Where's his widow? It's your fault.
Yeah, your fault. One of the most famous recipients of a tossing, Sancho Panza from which book?
Oh, Don Quixote.
Don Quixote, chapter 17. He and his master refused to pay an innkeeper's bill, and so he's grabbed by a group of lodgers and they toss him up
And
and
Queen
down.
Elizabeth, she was tossed, wasn't she?
Queen Elizabeth I?
The second.
The second?
Yeah. The day of the coronation.
Do tell.
Well, they had a rehearsal and
Right.
the Archbishop of Canterbury and a few of the cohorts, they gave her a toss. And that's the tradition. People aren't familiar with it because we haven't had a coronation for ages, but Charles is next.
Really?
Is that actually a thing?
Of course not, you fool.
I was so like...
No, darling. You thought your nan catching a bus was a game. Bless your heart. But there were strict rules about it. But if you really wanted to punish somebody, you would laden the whole thing with logs and tools and... I know. And it wasn't just humans that were tossed. There was actually a game called Fuchsbrellen, or fox tossing, played by German aristocrats in the 17th century. And they had actual courts for fox tossing. The winner was the team that got their fox highest in the air. The whole ground there, it's covered in sawdust in case they missed, and that's to protect the fox. It's to keep it alive for the next tossing, because they're valuable. The most famous match was held in Dresden. There was a man called Augustus II, the Strong, he was known as. In this particular game, 647 foxes, 533 hares, 34 badgers, and 21 wild cats were tossed. And the whole game finished off with a jolly good clubbing.
Oh, God.
I know, for any animals that were still alive.
And the Tories want to bring it back.
I like Augustus the Strong. He liked to toss with just one finger, like that. So he had a sling attached to the blanket.
Do that again.
He was an extraordinary fellow, Augustus the Strong. He liked to break horseshoes with his bare hands. That was fun.
You know what's worse than being tossed?
What's that?
Indoor tossing.
Oh, yes. Yes. Yeah.
Especially for women, because there's always the glass ceiling.
Oh, very good.
A good tossing can save a marriage. Wow. Thank you for watching. Do remember to subscribe to the QI channel and click here to watch more videos. Well, please, come on, pick something.